Hey there, I'm Simon Kubica, and today we're taking a look at Index, the new product planning tool for product managers. Now, I spent 5 years as a PM, and so I felt the pain of having to juggle a Miro whiteboard for brainstorming and a Notion database for the roadmap while dealing with a feedback spreadsheet and another feedback spreadsheet, customer request spreadsheet, and somehow another spreadsheet. Didn't make sense that these were all different tools and none of them were integrated with Linear. Worse yet, there's customer support and sales systems that have customer insights that I can't link to my roadmap. These are all frustrating problems, but they don't need to be because engineers have an issue tracker that works really well for them. And so we can build a product planning and discovery system that syncs with it perfectly. And that's what I've got here to show you. So let's take a look. The first thing that you'll notice is we put every layout at your fingertips, whether you want to plan inside of a canvas with your planning ideas laid out, you need a Gantt chart roadmap with custom fields, you'd prefer to have everything in a spreadsheet with inline comments and the ability to drag and drop and edit things inline, or just a simple board view to see who's responsible for what. You can do all of that inside of Index and switch between these fields pretty much at will. But let's go back to Q1 planning because I just finished doing this with my team and I'm taking a look at all the different customer requests that we're going to be actioning in Q1. But maybe I want to view this a little differently. And that's where the power of Index really comes in because rather than having to move this to a spreadsheet, I can just regroup it by any one of my custom fields directly in the canvas. Now I've got my plan tiers here, free, standard, enterprise, and I can see what we're doing for each of them. And because each of these fields are available on the cards, I can move things out of scope directly on the canvas. Once I'm happy with some of the things we won't be doing, I can also move things between these editions. And so upgrading something from standard to free, moving things from premium back to standard, or vice versa is all possible on this 2D canvas where I can control things any way I like. Now, I'm happy with the canvas, but this is where other tools get frustrating because you're stuck in a canvas or you're stuck in a spreadsheet, but you're not in Index because I can go to my table right here and all of those same projects that I was working on with my team are now in a spreadsheet where I can drag and drop things and edit them inline however I like. I want to take a look at a few more custom fields because I know that all of my linear projects aren't in here yet. And so let me add the linear field. And what I'm going to do is also check out a couple of the projects that my team's currently working on that aren't reflected in a plan just yet. So I'm just going to click on these to import them and immediately they'll show up right at the bottom and I can bring them into the correct tier for our upcoming Q1 plan. You'll notice I have the linear status here, and if I want to push projects that don't exist in linear yet, that's really easy to do. Now, that's Q1 planning done, but what about when your manager or your team ask you for a version of this plan that's a little bit different? This is where Index can really help because rather than creating another spreadsheet, what I can do is come over here and duplicate this view in just a click. Maybe I'm creating a view specifically for our differentiators, and I'm going to come up here and add the differentiator field type so that I can see everything we're doing that is foundational or going to really push the needle for our product. In a few clicks, I can filter this, show just the differentiators, which is what I want, and maybe I'll give this a custom emoji as well to make sure that I remember it. I can flick between any of these views however I like. And so if I'm sending it to my manager or my team and they'd prefer to view it in a canvas, they can do that and instantly see it not just by plan type, but maybe even the go-to-market owners. I'll come back to the table and ungroup here. And the next thing I'm probably going to want to do is cut some scope from this and lay it out based on our goals. Now, other tools can be really frustrating because everything is in a single list and you don't have any hierarchy. But in Index, the hierarchy is basically fully in your control. So what I'm going to do is come in here and create some goals. Maybe it's getting to 10 mil of ARR, and maybe I'll have another company goal for 50,000 active users. Rather than being stuck with a flat list, I can just bring in the projects that relate to these goals and show that off really quickly and easily inside of my spreadsheet. And hierarchy is as flexible as you like. So if I have a program, which is annual company launch, I can just drag these goals inside of that and view everything under that singular umbrella. Now, if I open this up and realize I want to cut some more scope from this and maybe communicate that in a meeting, I'll add my scope line and bring in just about the area that I think we'll be able to handle with this next quarter and make sure that everyone in the meeting can see that we're not going to touch anything below this line. And all of this is synced with Linear, so I can jump over to that when we're ready for execution and delivery mode in engineering. So you already know the way that planning works, but this is the way Index works. We bring every layout into your fingertips so you can switch from a canvas to a spreadsheet instantly. And we're doing all of that in a system that's built for B2B product management. So you can finally connect to the customer data you already have in tools like ADIO, Salesforce, HubSpot, Pylon, and Intercom. And then better yet, we've built more integrations. So whether you're a Raycast fan over here, or you want to bring in your customer insights in Dovetail, you can do that immediately and have all of this inside of your planning and discovery system to build evidence in your roadmap. Now, we wanted to bring to market the best linear companion that exists out there, and we can't wait for you to try it, so we're making it available for pre-order today. You can go on index.inc, hit the pre-order button, and we'll reach out in the next few days and weeks to bring you into the tool. Can't wait to hear what you think.